I'm Rick Lewis with Phenom Hoop Report. We're at the JMAC Showcase, and today's featured coach is Coach Major with, used to be the Fort Mill Knicks, but now is Team Knicks. Coach Major, tell us a little bit about your program, how long you've had the program, and what your role is with the organization.
Well, I started about 7 years ago after retiring from the police force up north. I started as a way of trying to mentor kids, send them in the right direction, but now it's become a little more of that, where you're getting kids college scholarships, building life relationships and things of that nature.
You said you've had the organization for 7 years.
Correct.
In the last 7 years, tell us about the number of players that's gone on to play at the next level.
We had about 15 players over the past 7 years, mostly D2 talent. Well, we got 2 this year that I consider to be top D1 talent. We had Malik Bryant going on to Lewisburg, Marquise Caldwell, also with the Clinton College. Carson Newman went to, what college Carson went to? Erskine. So we had a few players over the years that went to D2, but we're shooting for D1 this year.
In the last 7 years, those 7 players have gone on to the D2 level. And, you know, for example, a lot of the grassroots organization teams don't understand that young players can play at every level. You have D1 players, you have D2, D3. D2 offers scholarships just like D1 schools. Right. So to be able to produce, 15 Division II scholarships in the last 7 years is pretty impressive. Tell us a little bit about this year's team and who stands out.
Well, we got 2 elite players. The first one I'm going to speak about is Ben Burnham, 6'6", class of 2021. He can shoot the 3, mid-range game. He can drive by you and dunk on you. He's a complete offensive player.
I agree. Right.
Another one, we have 6'2", Derek Butler. He's a point guard, very athletic, explosive. Also got a good outside shot, and he's a good two-way player. Also plays defense. Both of these plays, if you see us play, I wouldn't have to point them out to you. You'll actually see it right on the court and know exactly the 2 plays I'm talking about.
Coach, the one thing that's always stands out impressive about organizations and teams like yourself, you're from the Fort Mill, Rock Hill area.
Yes.
And all your players come from probably a 25 miles circumference.
Fort Mill, Rock Hill, we get some from South Charlotte, Still Creek area over the past years, but mostly a lot of kids became from Fort Mill and Rock Hill.
And the one thing about it is you have kids that's from a local area, and also you have the opportunity, I'm sure you practice several times a week.
Yes.
Which enhances their skill development. It also helps them play as a team, become more successful on the basketball court. Also tell us about what your plans are for the rest of the summer as far as what events you'll be in, and tell us about that.
Well, we actually want to do your event, Rick, because your events, honestly, not being a sneaker affiliated team, you give us the platform. We get a lot of exposure. Kids are getting scholarships, so we can stay right here at home, get the same exposure at teams that are on the circuit by you providing that platform for us. So I'd like to thank you for providing that for my kids to play in front of college coaches, just like they do on the circuit. Same opportunities,
right.
Playing at a high level in good competition.
Right. I think the main thing we can take away from this, Coach, is organizations like yourself with Team Knicks serves a valuable purpose for a lot of young players that lives in a certain geographic area that has the opportunity to play at whatever level is appropriate for them. You have D1 players, you have D2 players, and you have D3 players. But what you're doing is providing that platform and giving those young men an opportunity. So we want to say thank you for what you've done with Team Knicks, but more importantly, we want to say thank you because you served 20 years as a law enforcement officer.
I'm actually 28.
28.
Now I'm currently still working with York County Police Department.
So,
York County Sheriff's Office right here.
So I'm sure you have some good tales that you could tell us of what you did with the law enforcement, but we want to say thank you for what you provide for these young men on the court. And one thing I've noticed about you, Coach, I've watched you for many, many years. You come to our camps, you've worked our camps. More importantly, you're a leader on the floor because I watch your body language. You're always positive. You never lose your cool. You're sort of cool and calm on the sidelines. You provide that leadership, and that's something important for these young men to follow. They have someone they can look up to, and I'm sure you have situations just like every other coach things don't always go your way, but one thing I can always say, you handle it professionally in the way it should be. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.